Why, hello there. It is still the new year. I just finished a workout and today is officially the day where I start training for run season. So for me, last year, my goal was to finish the sun run, which I managed to do. I actually did it much quicker than I thought I was going to do it. So I had budgeted for an hour and 30 minutes, and I actually finished in an hour 12. The story behind that is I used to run many moons ago. I would do cross country and I was very athletic, loved badminton, supplemented it a little bit with some running. And then I did a sun run in 2012 or 2013 and I actually ended up hurting my foot. It really scared me off running, so I decided not to run anymore after that. Last year was my comeback year, and I would say personally in terms of athleticism and growth in that field, I had a really great year. Like 2023 overall was not a good year, but I would say like the first bit where I was training for running, I actually did the run and I felt really accomplished. It was a fantastic part for me. This year my plan is to finish the sun run in less than an hour. So if you don't know, the sun run is a 10-kilometer run in Vancouver. It goes over the Burrard Bridge and into the sort of like West 2nd Avenue area, and then you finish at BC Place and you start in the downtown core. I am hoping to finish in under an hour this year, but I need to train. One of the things I did last year was I actually started training in November. So this year I didn't train in November because of the move, and December, just the craziness of November rolled into December. So I decided to just not train at all. I still went on walks here and there, but I was like, okay, January 1st, we start training again. I have gained weight since my last run. And obviously if you run, well, for me at least, I'm shorter and I carry way more weight than I'm supposed to. And this is just for me. So this is not for anybody else, but for me personally, if I'm running with too much weight, I run into a lot of issues, including knee pain and foot pain. I do need to get my weight down and I actually need to keep it off. When I started training last year, I was at 190 pounds. Or sorry, in 2022, I was at 190 pounds. By the time I got to run time, I was 158. So I lost 40 pounds in like 6 or 7 months. And that was training every day, exercising every day, walking every day. My minimum step count is 7,500, but I usually overshoot that by 2,500. So I usually hit about 10, but I've also been eating really poorly. So my diet hasn't been the greatest. If you've watched the last couple of videos, you would see that. And not to say that that's what my diet has looked like, but it is, I'll have really good days where we eat at home. And then there's, a couple of days where we'll eat out, and the sodium's obviously high when you go out to eat at a restaurant because it's all about the experience and like providing that dopamine through the food. We're back on the running game, folks, and I'm very excited for it. So I pretty much did my training for the day, and I think the next couple things to do will be obviously get ready. I'm also doing a fashion challenge, so like there's a lot going on. I'm challenging myself not to shop for basically the first 4 months of the year. And the reason for that is because while I've developed a good system of like exchanging clothes out of my wardrobe, it still costs money to do that. I mostly thrift. I would say about 85% of my clothing is thrifted. My preference is to thrift because it's just, I like the look of the clothes better. And honestly, I find more intriguing pieces. I think that used to be much more of a thing previously. Now with fast fashion making its way into the thrifting world, it can be really challenging, but every once in a while I find a goodie or two that I really like, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I have like a pink jacket that I wear a lot that I love. I have a brown jacket that was thrifted that I really love. I have a corduroy sort of denim style jacket that's white so like I have a lot of pieces that are thrifted. That being said, what I usually do is I'll go in and donate a bag's worth of clothing at a time, or like I'll go in, donate, and then you get like a coupon back that's like 20% off or like 15% off or like $5 off when you spend $20 or more, which for $20 for me, like I can get 2 or 3 pieces out of that, but it does add up because you are spending $15 to get minimum to get those pieces, even though it is cheaper than typical fashion you would find new. I'm not allowing myself to spend on bags, shoes, clothes, any hair and beauty aids, so like nail polish, makeup. The only exception to that is if I run out of skincare, but I made sure to purchase skincare in December so that I wouldn't run into like, oh, I need to buy this, but then I should throw this on my order. I've made it so that the only thing I am spending money on is food, utilities. That's it. All I'm spending, and medication if it comes up. Not even video games. So like I'm good for a while for video games. I'm still playing Mortal Kombat, but we're basically in a very busy time right now where it's no spending and we're training for like a crazy round of runs. I'm going to jump in the shower, do some work, and then I think that brings us to when John will be home. Also, like just a thought that I wanted to vlog about or ask people about while I'm here. So I have a morning routine, which I'll probably do a video on at some point, but I don't actually make my bed first thing in the morning. I have a tough time like really wanting to get back into bed, and I've noticed that after I've made my bed, and this is for like 33 years now, if I get up immediately and make my bed, I will sit back down and I will just roll around on top of the covers and like hang out, which is really bad. So I immediately get up, put on my like runners and my workout gear and whatever, I go work out, and then I come back. But yeah, I'm curious to know what people think or like how they deal with that, because I just want to get out of bed and like get my day started. I have done the tip or the trick where you put your alarm on the other side of the room, or like you get like a different clock to use to wake up, but I just find it super annoying, and I have slept through those. So the other problem is with the alarm clock that I have, it's this, I've talked about it before, but it's from IKEA, and it's one of these alarm clocks that you have a switch for, and they go beep, 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 beep. I have slept through those. That's the other thing. So usually with my phone alarm, if I put it over on the other side, like I can also sleep through them, which is really bad. So if you have any tips or tricks for like getting your ass out of bed that are tried and true and you think might work for me, let me know. There may be some that I've already tried. I've tried a lot. I've slept through fire alarms, which is another like really bad thing to do. I definitely have a problem with being a sound sleeper. So John and I are on a walk to go see if Jollibee's open yet.
I want to touch the bee.
Oh my god, it says opening soon. But it says open till 5:30 on Google. Oh my gosh. It's still in progress. That's sad. Hurry up. That's the gravy. Oh, but look at it. It's so beautiful. Well, we found the bee, so that's good. It looks like a what now?
This place looks like it was the set of a strip mall built for an episode of Power Rangers to have all of its energy drained. It's gray and black and looks like the strip mall of sadness.
That's such a weird assessment, but I like it. So John and I since came home from our walk, and I decided to bake a cake with some of the leftover ingredients we had from our pizza night. We had some pineapple bits, and then I had some coconut lying around, and I also put some chocolate chips in the white cake. I didn't want to use sour cream like I did in the last one because I wanted to make sure we had sour cream for our soup, because we have had Mexican, like this like tortilla soup over the last couple days. But this cake is another white cake recipe that I used. It was all oil for the fat, and it didn't turn, like it turned out okay, but the crust is really dark, which is like fine, but the previous white cake I had made was really, really nice. So I've just got them on cooling racks right now. John just put them on cooling racks because he finished his dinner first. They probably need another like 5-10 minutes to cool, and then I'm gonna cut into probably the shorter one. I am hoping that they are actually fully cooked, because I went in there twice with a chopstick to check it, and the batter was really wet. The recipe said to bake at 350 for 20 to 23 minutes, which was super specific, but whatever. I went in with the little chopstick to check it at 23 minutes. It was wet. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It's the first time I've ever encountered something like this where an oil-based cake is just wet to no end. So the whole thing baked for a total of 45 minutes, and it looks nothing like the picture. The photos that the person put up in their recipe looked really fluffy. This looks like, it still looks like good cake, but this does not look fluffy at all. So we'll have to try it and see how it goes. Okay, so the inside looks good. That doesn't look problematic at all. The corner is definitely crisper. So there it is. I don't have a problem with the way it looks in here. Let's see if it's any good. I'm gonna eat the corner piece, because why not? Not bad.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you ready?
For
More cake.
more cake,
Yes.
buy 1 bag of flour. It turns all into cake.
What's wrong with that, man?
That wasn't a complaint.
Oh.
It was a prophecy.
It's a... It's a problem. I baked cake. Was that yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, and now I'm baking more cake.
Do you know which one you're going to bake this time?
Banana bread.
You're going to make banana bread.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is banana bread a bread or a cake?
It's cake.
Why do they call it bread?
Because they bake it in loaf pans.
Oh, okay. I learned something new today. So here are our victims. I mean bananas. Ooh, they smell nice and overripe. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'll probably throw in some chocolate chips because I have a little bit left.
Recently, we killed the normal size of our vanilla extract, so I discovered this a while ago. I did not realize this was the size of vanilla extract that existed. It is a 500 milliliter bottle of Clubhouse artificial vanilla extract, which is pretty wild. And it was super cheap, but I do not know the repercussions of using artificial vanilla. I cannot imagine what the situation would be if this was like a bottle of legit vanilla extract. I think it was $5. It was super cheap, and I can even smell it without opening this up. It smells like vanilla, so I think we're gonna be good for a while on vanilla extract, just saying. We're gonna die! Let her cook. Let her cook.
With an axe.
So after cooling, here is the finished product, and I cut it all up so that it's in a little container ready to go. John can pick some before he heads to work tomorrow morning, and I'll probably have some as well before I go to my appointments. This is probably the second best banana bread I have made. There was a recipe I tried previously that was really, really good, and I'm starting to think it was one with sour cream in it. This is pretty moist, but I did see that some of the outer parts are a bit dry. There's a bit of a crust to it, which is great, but it's just a little too dry for my liking. Overall, I think this is really great for what it was. I'm gonna sneak one more piece. I know it's like almost 10 o'clock. It's like 9:30 right now. John's gone to bed, so I'll eat his share for him.
Our street food cheeky market tour. What really caught my eye is the tofu.
Hello, it is Friday. I think it's the 5th. I don't know what my deal is, but I have not been able to sleep the last couple of days, at least properly. The other night, I didn't fall. Actually, it's been like 3 or 4 nights now where I haven't fallen asleep until 2:30, like 2:45, which is usually when John wakes up for work. And so I ended up doing the same thing last night. Initially, you would have seen me going to bed, but I could not sleep. So I decided to hop on PlayStation. So I was playing Mortal Kombat 1 and I was starting to get sleepy. So I was going, okay, this is it. Like maybe I'll fall asleep. Nope. Turn everything off. Nope. And I have a proper bedtime routine. So my body knows I'm supposed to be going to sleep. Interestingly enough, the same thing happens to John every once in a while. I suspect it's the fact that I've restarted medication, like a different medication from the medication I take for my borderline personality and generalized anxiety. I think part of it is that. For whatever reason, I've had the last few days, I've had a hard time sleeping, I've had a bunch of headaches, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, and then if it starts to become debilitating to my life, I will definitely see my GP. It's just kind of frustrating because you have all of these procedures and things in place and you're like, I'm going to sleep now, and your body just goes, no. Also, it's like almost 12. I did respond to some I did like reach out to people and send emails in bed, but I can't believe it's almost noon and I could only sleep from like 2:30 a.m. till now. John is home in an hour from work, so he's already been working today, and I was sitting in bed. Well, I was lying in bed and then trying to figure out my life. I did make the banana bread though, and actually after cutting it open and giving it a try, I really like it. It's very good, so I'm gonna have a slice for breakfast. I'm wondering if that is the time after, like, maybe the first half of the year. Hey, how do you guys like? You forgot the onions?
Yep.
Why can't you just take it out and put them on real quick?
Because I want to make a time lapse.
Okay.
Plus, that just means more onions for the next pizza.
That's true. Are we really eating 3 pizzas today?
Well, I mean, we can eat the third one tomorrow.
That's true. That's true. Mad respect. This is so going in the vlog.
Okay.
I've never seen you sitting on a floor like this, so determined.
I've done it a few times.
Not with me, you haven't.
Well,
or with me, like, seeing.
Not with you home.
Oh my god. That's really funny. I love it. It does look really good, though. Like, really, really good. So John also made these balls of dough today. The last time we made pizza, which was on New Year's Eve, the reason why we made it today was because we still have a bunch of ingredients left over and we just want to use them up so we don't waste them or throw them out or whatever, or have to put them in the freezer. They did not rise as high last time, I think, right?
There's a few reasons why, but yes.
So you had made the dough for New Year's, you made the day before.
Yeah, so I did a cold ferment on it, but the scale was kind of being all funky the last time as well.
Right.
So there's a few reasons.
Okay. But then this he made right when he got home, so that was probably like 12:50, 1 o'clock. And then he let them sit for a while, and they weren't even like, so the bowl's like this. So they were all probably to like this level, and now they're here-ish, which is crazy. So, very, very much alive. I love it. Very cool. I didn't really used to ever understand how like yeast worked
in this context of like pizza dough and bread and all that, but now having it explained to me and like understanding how it all works, it's pretty freaking cool. I actually think I love our homemade pizza more than any other pizza that we buy. There's just no point anymore, I feel like. I mean, as a treat maybe, if we wanted to order pizza, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few that I just wouldn't make at home because the ingredient investment is just too much time.
Hello, it is currently, I think, January 8th. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Today I had quite the revelation when I was trying on my outfits. I can't remember if I mentioned it in previous bits of footage. Just gonna put everything down so I don't drop it. I found out that I had gained weight in my chest area. Quite a few of my dresses were tight, so that was wild. And I mean, it should have been a hint at the Platinum Awards because I was feeling quite large chested, but I thought I'm probably just bloated. I mean, I do put on weight in the winter, and listen, everyone's weight is different. Everybody's bodies are different. Your body's gonna do stuff that you don't understand or do understand, but not that I want my clothes to wear me. Very much like a scale, which I've become more and more comfortable with in my life. Clothes being too tight or too loose have been a really good indicator of where I am in my fitness goals. And so I've started running again, which is great as we come up to April and I guess technically May. I'm definitely not where I want to be, so it was a really good indicator of that. Now, there was an exception to this. When I was trying on a dress for my 31-day Shop My Closet challenge, the dress had actually been too tight when I purchased it. So I thrifted a dress and I loved it so much. I think I actually thrifted it at Value Village. So it might be different depending on where you're from, but the reason why I prefer to shop at Talese is because Talese has open door policy for its fitting rooms. They actually allow you to try their stuff on. A couple of Value Villages and actually Salvation Armies that I've gone to, you kind of have to just eyeball it. Their refund policies are not bad, but I think they figured out that people don't want to come back, like the hassle of coming back and exchanging something. And it's not even a store credit usually. It's typically you have to, or sorry, it's not a refund. Typically you have to get a store credit back. Seen this beautiful like pink and blue dress that somebody had, I thought it was a handkerchief initially, because I found it in like a scarf bin, or like I think it was folded up on a hanger, and it looked like, I was like, oh, this is a really cool scarf pattern, because I thought I could put it in my hair. I open it up, it's actually a dress. So I was like, whoa, it was $3.99. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting this dress. This is a great deal, because I put it over my body and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is going to fit, not taking into account my chest size. Anyways, I come home, I try on the dress, and I'm like, oh, the chest size is really tiny, but the rest of the dress fits great. And it's a shame because I love this dress. I think it looks fantastic. It's just that I cannot breathe in the chest area. Lesson learned, obviously, don't make my stupid mistakes, and do go to places where they allow you to try things on unless you're 100% certain of your sizing. So the exceptions I make when I go to other places that don't have fitting rooms is if I find Levi's denim. That is the only thing I know my size for, and some models of Old Navy denim, because some Old Navy denim fits me. Anything that's boot cut typically fits me, or like flared fits me really well. But for some reason, their straight leg or their skinny jean doesn't fit me. I have a bunch of videos to shoot that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I think it's just a bit of a mishmash of the last week of what I've been doing. So it's kind of like a week in my life. We'll see what this footage is, because I really don't remember what a lot of it was at the beginning, especially since I had massive headaches and had a hard time sleeping the last week. I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me for the last little bit, and I guess I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!